Hi everybody, I'm back cooking today in the new year, so happy new year to everyone. I'm making a really healthy chicken noodle soup, and I know you don't normally think of chicken noodle soup as being healthy, but this one is. This one contains ginger, garlic, celery, carrots, chicken broth, shredded chicken, and saba noodles, and turmeric. Has no added salt, and it's a really great recipe to make for any easy weeknight dinner. You can use rotisserie chicken if you like. So I just want to get started and show you what I've done. In my Dutch oven, I have the ginger, garlic, carrots, celery, olive oil, and turmeric. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I took my ginger and garlic and just put them in my little mini food processor and chopped them up really finely, then sauteed them in olive oil. Then I added really thinly sliced celery and carrots to the pan. So all of that is in there. I added a tablespoon of turmeric, and now I'm gonna keep going with the recipe. So before I started the soup, I shredded, this is 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And I did add a little turmeric to the pan with some salt and pepper and olive oil. And I just roasted those at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes, just until they were cooked through, and then took 2 forks and shredded it. You can use a rotisserie chicken if you like. They're not as healthy as cooking it yourself, but if you're in a hurry, that would really make this a very quick recipe. So to the pan, with the celery and carrots and ginger and garlic, I'm gonna add 6 cups of chicken broth. So let me just bring that over here and do it, and then you can see what I'm doing. So you just pour in, and I'm using from a box. I have 2 different kinds because I just kind of pulled what was in my pantry. So this is the Imagine chicken broth, and this one is just an organic. And so each of these cartons contains 4 cups. So I'm just using 1.5 cartons of chicken broth. And you know, if you add a little bit more, a little bit less, it's not gonna hurt anything. So anyway, I add that, and then I bring this to a boil on the stove. So I'm gonna turn the heat to high. And I'm going to bring that to a boil. And these noodles take just a very little bit of time to get tender. And they come in a package like this with 3 little sectioned off bundles. They're really pretty cool. And you only need 1 bundle. You could add more if you wanted to, but this is really plenty for the soup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add these to my pan, even though my broth isn't boiling yet, just so I can give you guys an idea of what it's gonna be like. It's all pretty hot, and then you just stir it in. So I'm gonna let those soften for just a minute, and I'm gonna show you. And then in the meantime, I wanna show you, I know I've shown this before, but if anybody doesn't know what fresh ginger looks like, it's kind of this weird thing that you see at the grocery store, and you just peel it. You can use a grater to grate it. You can put it in your food processor, or you can chop it really finely with a knife. It's a little hard to chop because it's very, I don't know what the word is, but anyway, it's easier to use something else, but a knife works fine if that's what you have to do. So avocado for garnish, and my avocado is perfectly ripe, and I've halved it. I just cut around the perimeter with the knife. This is the pit, and so I just take my knife, put it in the pit, and twist it, and it comes right out. So if you want to cut really thin slices of your avocado, cut it in half and then in quarters, and then you can just peel this outer edge right off, and you're left with a really nice little section of avocado, and you can just slice it really thinly. And this makes a beautiful garnish for your soup, or you can use this for a salad. I like to take an avocado and fill this half with a little bit of balsamic vinegar and eat it just like that, and it's one of the most delicious things you'll ever eat. So let me see how my saba noodles are doing. You know, they may be pronounced soba. I'm not really sure. They're delicious, however you pronounce it. So I'm gonna give them a stir. And they're starting to soften up just a little bit, but we need a little bit more time. So in the meantime, I am going to chop my cilantro, because the cilantro is a garnish and it is just so delicious, and it makes the soup look pretty, but it also adds a really healthy factor. Cilantro is great for detoxing. I don't know if you all know that, but it's one of the foods that's best for detoxing. So a lot of us need to detox after our December. I know I certainly do. And so I'm making this healthy soup with so many good healthy ingredients. The turmeric, as everybody knows, is such an anti-inflammatory spice, and avocado has all the good healthy fat, and I used good olive oil, so that's more healthy fat. Ginger is also an anti-inflammatory and is so delicious. So let me check on these noodles one more time. They are starting to get really soft, so I'm going to show you those in just a minute. Let me just briefly go back over how I did the chicken. So I just have this baking sheet. I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. I put a little bit of olive oil, just a little tiny bit, on the baking sheet, put the chicken breast down, sprinkled with salt and pepper, a little bit of turmeric, and a little bit of oregano. I just thought it needed something else. So anyway, I put it in the oven after it was preheated, let it brown on one side, took it back out, more salt and pepper, and then put it back in the oven. And then I just took 2 forks and I shredded it. And so it's really just delicious. This would make fabulous chicken salad. So that's just another quick, easy tip if you want to do something like that. Roasting your chicken breast in the oven is just so easy, and they're always delicious. Okay, so we are just about done here. I want to show you how this is looking, and I wish you could smell it. The ginger and the garlic and the turmeric make everything just smell so good. So I'm going to take the chicken, I'm going to add it to the pot with the noodles and the broth. And that's your soup, and it's just really that quick. You know, if you want to chop up your carrots and celery earlier in the day, maybe grate your ginger and get everything ready, and this soup is fabulous. So the one thing I forgot to do was to get out a bowl, just so I could show you what it looks like plated, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. So hang on a second. Okay, these bowls are my favorite things in the world. They are a Magnolia Home from Target, you know, Chip and Joanna, they do everything perfectly. So this is my finished soup. The turmeric gives it such a beautiful color, and it's just so tasty and delicious with the noodles and the chicken and the vegetables. So this is the healthy version of chicken noodle soup. I'm going to garnish with a couple of pieces of avocado, a little bit of cilantro, and there you have it, a fabulous healthy meal in minutes flat. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really want to do more in the new year, and I'm loving this. So Happy New Year, everybody, and keep watching because I will be back.